Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here tonight. We are talking about Monday Night Raw's 5-point preview for November 28th, 2016. We are on the road to WWE Roadblock 2016 Part 2. Of course, earlier in the year, we had Roadblock in between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. It was a WWE Network special that was just sort of put there. Dean Ambrose went up against Triple H in a big main event. It came for you live from Toronto. I think Brock Lesnar was supposed to wrestle against Bray Wyatt on that show. Bray Wyatt was injured at the time, so he was replaced by Luke Harper, if I remember right. There was a tag team title match. There was a little bit of this and that along the way. I think it was mostly a Monday Night Raw show. That just sort of happened to be on the WWE Network. But it's always fun, especially when you see Triple H wrestling on the WWE Network live main event special. I think that it really did deliver. If I remember right, I think the New Day wrestled a tag team title match against somebody on that show, and it was pretty good. But I don't know, we should be talking about Monday Night Raw here. The main event is going to be Sasha Banks versus Charlotte, yet once again they are going to the well. This match is going to be coming to you live from Charlotte, North Carolina. My buddy Rooney bought tickets to go to the show, but at the last minute pulled out, changed his idea of what he wanted to do. He's going to be watching this show at home instead, I guess. So hopefully Charlotte and Sasha don't deliver a great match like they did last time when they main evented Monday Night Raw, and he doesn't miss out on a big-time classic here. Also going down on the night is going to be Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson going up against the New Day for the Tag Team Championships. Those are going to be your two big championship shots. They did plan these a week out, so it's not like they're really a big surprise they're going to be going down on Monday Night Raw. Very rarely does Monday Night Raw advertise the matches that are going to be going down on Raw. They like to announce them during the Raw preview or just sort of throw them out there on Twitter on Monday and just see if they gain any buzz for what's going down. Honestly, in my opinion, when you plan matches out in the future, especially if they're Monday Night Raw matches, you're going to gain more interest in what's going down. The Raw Women's Championship match should honestly be a very good one. It should be favorited that Charlotte dropping the championship to Sasha Banks. And now Sasha is undefeated in singles matches on pay-per-view, yet Sasha has beat Charlotte on Monday Night Raw for the championship twice. Once before Hell in a Cell and then once back before SummerSlam. So it's not an undoable thing. Luke Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson going up against a New Day. I think the deck is honestly stacked a little bit against them. These are two dudes that I really do like because of the fact that their time with Talkin' Shop on the MLW Network, which is now a VIP exclusive podcast that you can sign up and listen to. I highly recommend, if you've never listened to those, to go out of your way, join the MLW Nation, and it's only, I think it's $15 for an entire year, or just $2 for a month. If you pay the $2 for a month and listen to a few podcasts every day, they're only about 30 minutes. They are the worst podcast of all time, but honestly, at the same time, there's a whole lot of stuff packed into those you'd really like. Setting up the main events of a WWE Roadblock, it's going to be Kevin Owens going up against Roman Reigns, and then Seth Rollins going up against Chris Jericho. Honestly, it looks like those guys are going to be switching their feuds a little bit. Last week we had Kevin Owens going up against Seth Rollins in the main event of Monday Night Raw. Chris Jericho came down wearing the Sin Cara mask as well as the Nakamura hoodie, interfering in the match. So we have to see what is the penalty after he was told by Mick Foley as well as Stephanie McMahon not to interfere in this match. They wanted to have a Universal Championship match that had no interference, and Jericho had to butt his head into there. We keep thinking that the alliance of Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens will be coming to a split. Some people thought it was going to be around Hell in a Cell or even during the Survivor Series match. But these guys are still best buddies, and they are sort of united by the front that they both hate Roman Reigns. So we'll have to see if they will double team up in that WWE Universal Championship match. Seeing how Chris Jericho thinks that when Kevin Owens is Universal Champion, he is the Universal Champion as well, because they are best friends. Seth Rollins just go out there and have a great match. Rollins against Jericho, honestly, in my mind, should be a great match. I don't know if we've ever seen this on Raw or SmackDown, but I know it's never been on pay-per-view, so this should be a really good match as well. This week will be the debut of 205 Live. I'm sure they're going to be doing something on Monday Night Raw with the Cruiserweights. Still a little bit of a surprise to me that Rich Swann and the rest of the Cruiserweights aren't moved over to SmackDown, seeing how they're filming 205 Live on Tuesdays after SmackDown is done. A lot of people talking about people going to see SmackDown to see the stars of SmackDown, such as John Cena, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, so on and so forth, and then, once the show is over, leaving an empty arena for the Cruiserweights to go at it on the WWE Network. Maybe WWE could promise to have some sort of a dark match where the guys go in the back for an hour, and then you bring out Cena, Ambrose, and AJ Styles and the rest of the crew, have some sort of a six-man tag where they don't do a lot, but they do a little bit to give the fans something to thank them for staying for the live show and making sure there are fans in attendance for the Cruiserweights to go out there. I think this is last but not least will be the new feud of Enzo and Kaz going up against Rusev. Rusev went out and he crushed Enzo Amore last week for the fact that he was walking around backstage naked. I still don't understand why the dude was walking around backstage naked, but he was back there. Lana was into him. She liked what she saw. You could really tell with those eyes. She was trying not to look, but she got a pretty damn good look. So I don't know if this is the start of maybe putting Big Kaz out there as a singles competitor, but Big Kaz versus Rusev seems to be the way that they're going. From here on out, I'm going to be giving you an inside look at the Tag Team Championship shot as well as the Women's Championship main event. So I hope everybody enjoys the Raw 5-point preview, and I'll see you guys down the road.